Everybody, this is my video on how to make a DYI version of the Exotac Nanospark. This is the Exotac Nanospark. It's a machined aluminum tube with a large striker wheel on the end that you can make sparks with. Now there's no wick in this, so it's not a lighter. It literally just creates sparks. How you can create fire with it though is that if you open this very nicely made tube, you have your tinder that pops out, which allows you to fluff it up and using your striker wheel to get a spark and a flame. It could take a little bit of time and you really have to fluff up your tinder, but overall it's a nice little unit. It's made very well. I think they're going for about $25 to $30, somewhere in that range. And how I came up with my DYI version is I carry a peanut lighter all the time on my keychain. They're inexpensive. You can find them on Amazon. So it's a little lighter. It has an O-ring. Typical, like a mini Zippo almost. And there you go. Now what happened to me was I was checking to make sure it had fluid in it, everything was going well, and I just couldn't get it to light. So I thought, well, let me game through how I would get a fire if that happened to me and I had no way to fix it, no extra wick. What would I do? And like with any Zippo, if you're in a tight spot, you can take out the insides and you have a piece of cotton inside there that holds your fluid, and you can use your striker wheel to try and get a spark. Almost exactly like the Nanospark. So what I did was I took the lighter that wasn't working for me. As you can see, I carried it for a long time, and I just pulled the wick out. Now what I found out was, let me show you again with the Nanospark, that one of these guys, I'm sorry I forget the name of it, they're also made by Exotac, is in there. Well, if I take off the back of my peanut lighter, I can reach in there and the same thing fits inside my peanut lighter. Now this one's a little gnarly because of course after all those years of using a lighter, kind of got a little dirt in there. But yeah, so it pops right in there. And you just pop it right in. Boom. Put your two pieces together. Has an O-ring. Now you have a nice little watertight capsule with a piece of tinder in it and a spark wheel, just much like the Nanospark. So now what you can do is, which you can't do with this one, is that you can also put a drop or two of fluid in there and you have even better tinder than if you just left it dry. Then in an emergency, you pop that sucker out, tip of your knife, put your lighter back together, and you can see where the sparks are going to go because there's where your old wick was, and there you go. So there you go. So that's my little DYI Nanospark. Again, these are super well made. They're super nice. But if you saw my last video, if you need one or two of these, you want to move them around, have a couple of them, you know, 25 bucks here, 25 bucks there, and before you know it, you spend some real money. I know these guys are probably $5 or $6 on Amazon. So even if you got a brand spanking new one and just went straight to this, where you pull the wick out, right there, pull the wick out and put your tinder in there. And that's all you used it for? Well, heck, now you have a backup way to make fire that you can throw right on your keychain. And now I carry both of these with me in case this lighter fails. So I just wanted to show you that. Hope it gives you some ideas. I love making DYI versions of really good equipment. Like I said, I'm not a rich guy. The stuff gets pricey after a while. One I can afford, 2 or 3, not so much. So I like to come up with ways that I can recreate the same tool with more inexpensive components. Thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of this. And again, Exotac, you make great products. Love them all. But sometimes you need something a little less expensive to throw in your tackle box or somewhere else. All right, thank you so much.